I mean, as the potatoes double down, let's just keep going, I guess. On March 28th, 2019, during Trump's first term, Kilmar Abrego Garcia was arrested by police in Hyattsville, Maryland. Uh, and he called his wife the next morning from ICE detention. She found him a lawyer in hopes of getting him bail. According to his recent complaint, he was at Home Depot on March 28th, 2019. He was with three other young men, all of whom were looking for work. He recognized the three men, although he had never interacted with them before. They were all looking for work. The police, after they arrested him, asked if he was a gang member, MS-13. He told police he was not. They said they did not believe him and repeatedly demanded that he provide information about other gang members. He kept stating emphatically over and over again, "I don't know anything. I am not a gang member." After about a month in custody, Abrego Garcia was taken to a removal hearing before immigration judge Elizabeth A. Kessler. This is in April 2019, so a few months before Mr. Garcia received a order from David Jones, United States immigration judge, on October 10th, 2019, that the federal government is prohibited from removing him to El Salvador because he was being threatened by gangs. The allegation that he is a gang member appears to stem from two documents that were introduced before Judge Kessler, including a form that was filled out by ICE and a form generated by the Prince George's Police Department, that's Prince George County, Maryland. Gang field interview sheet. They had alleged that Garcia was a member of MS-13. Let's see. So apparently relying on the assertions of these forms from ICE and the police, which in turn apparently relied on information from the Prince George's gang field interview sheet. The judge wrote, "The respondent was arrested in the company of other ranking gang members and was confirmed to be a ranking member of MS-13 gang by proven and a reliable source." However, the police officer that filled out that form was relying on double hearsay, and that detective was later suspended by the police department. Hang on one second. But during that hearing, the detective who made this accusation was not cross-examined, but he did reveal that the accusation came from an unidentified informant who was also not cross-examined, a second layer of hearsay. Mr. Garcia's attorney later tried to obtain more information about the allegations ICE had made at the bail hearing. He discovered that Prince George's Police Department had no incident report for the arrest. There was no documentation, but that the Hyattsville City Police Department's report mentioned only the other three men who were arrested and not Kilmar Abrego Garcia. So there was no documentation that he'd even been arrested. And in the meantime, so while this was going on, while he was being held, he and his girlfriend Jenny got married, separated by a pane of glass. They passed each other rings through an officer. By that time, Mr. Garcia had applied for asylum and similar forms of relief in an attempt to prevent his return to El Salvador, where he feared persecution by the street gang Barrio 18. Shortly after that, he won his withholding of removal status. That's this court order right here, dated October 10th, 2019. Nowhere in this document is any mention that he has ever been accused of being a member of MS-13. The police officer who made that accusation based it on information from an informant that nobody got to cross-examine and who was never identified in court documents. Nobody even knows whether or not that confidential informant even exists. And later on, the detective who made that double hearsay statement to the court was suspended and eventually removed from the police force. So we're back to cops lying about black and brown people as your justification for this. So if you want to find any court documents refuting anything that I've said in this TikTok, please feel free. I'll look at whatever you want me to look at. But yeah.